welcome to the last and final day, day 5. Today I'm going to talk to you all about marketing. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks and teach you how you can advertise your new shop so you are being seen by your ideal audience, your niche audience, and you start making sales. So we're going to go through how to share your product listings, Shopify ads, some helpful Etsy marketing practices, as well as Pinterest marketing, other social media marketing, and UGC. And if you're not familiar with UGC, you'll learn today. So let's get on into day 5. So first, when you list your product, I would recommend sharing your product. Share it on Facebook, share it on TikTok, share it wherever you can, copy the link, save the link, email the link, blog the link to your products. Sharing your products is going to get them out and get them seen by your audience. So your product, think of it as just spreading out to everyone. So with your product, I would definitely recommend with a new shop or a new Etsy store, you are creating social media platforms with the same name as your shop. An Instagram, a Facebook page, a TikTok page, a Pinterest, literally any sort of social media that you can make a account for your new shop. Now, there's different ways to share your listings on Pinterest. You would create pins. You can create pins on Canva. You can create pins directly from saving the links from Etsy and sharing them directly to Pinterest. As long as your accounts are connected and integrated, you'll be able to streamline that pinning process directly from your website or your Etsy shop. You can also share links via Facebook posts. I would definitely recommend sharing an image, something eye-catching, and then putting the link to your product in the first comment on that Facebook post. Sharing that post with your friends, sending it to possibly, joining groups that you think would appreciate your shop. Maybe you are creating merch that is all about frogs or bugs. So go on Facebook, find some Facebook groups that are all about frogs or all about bugs, and make sure, you're reading those rules and you're following those rules to where when you're posting something or potentially promoting your shop, you're doing so in a, rule following way and not trying to just spam Facebook groups. But joining Facebook groups is a great way to share your products, to gain an audience, to connect with that audience as well. You can produce multiple postings that you post not only on one platform, but you're posting the same thing or similar things on multiple platforms. Cross-posting is great for growing your audience because not everyone is on Facebook, not everyone is on TikTok, and not everyone is on Instagram, but there are different attributes and different qualities that each of those platforms possess that are just going to help you in the long run with promoting your products, creating those sales, and building a audience. You can also do Twitter. Twitter's still around. You can tweet your products, you can tweet maybe ideas or behind the scenes, anything that's going to connect you to your audience. I would say Twitter is more behind the scenes kind of stuff, a day in the life kind of thing. So bring your audience along the ride and tweet your experience as you're, maybe designing or creating new products or thinking of products that you're going to add to your shop or sharing product launches. Those are all great things to tweet on Twitter. Now, you could also email new products or launches to your subscribers. You're able to send emails to your Etsy list. Let's say if someone abandons their cart or has favorited your item, you can send them an email with promotional discounts. You can also, and you should, if you can, collect emails on your Shopify or any other website that you have your products on. You should be collecting emails, because if you're not, you're missing out on potential sales, because maybe not everyone has a Facebook or a TikTok or an Instagram, but I promise you, everyone gets emails every day from places that they have joined or their favorite companies or stores. You want to be on that list, and you want to be emailing your subscribers promotions, upcoming product launches, holiday specials, etc. TikTok videos and any sort of short form video, even like YouTube Reels. YouTube and TikTok are absolutely huge, and I would say almost essential nowadays for organically growing traffic for your shop. If you don't have a TikTok, if you don't have a YouTube, and you're not posting short form videos, you're really, really, really missing out on a huge audience. And it's just so easy to build a audience for free and gain traffic organically using platforms like TikTok and YouTube and short form videos. Also, idea pins. Idea pins are videos or like slideshows with pictures on Pinterest. Now, with an idea pin on Pinterest, you are not able to directly link to a product. If you have your store website connected and you are a verified merchant, you are able to link your products in your idea pins. But idea pins are also a great way to gain organic traffic on Pinterest, and Pinterest is also free. So it's a huge platform for sharing visual items and products. You can also link your URL to your shop on your blog, on all of your social media platforms. You can share your URL or website link on your email sign off. Make sure anywhere that you can have text on any of your social media platforms, you are including your website link. Now into creating ads. I would say creating ads is not as beginner friendly as some people might tell you, and it definitely takes a lot of research before you can feel confident in, spending a decent amount of money on ads that are going to perform well. Starting off, I would suggest doing like ad testing to where you have a very low budget and you are testing your ads to a specific target audience. So when you're coming up with ads, I would suggest ad testing. Set aside 5 ads that you create where each one is targeted towards the same niche and is advertising the same product, but each video or each ad focuses on different keywords and slightly different demographics. This is a way that you can kind of test and see what's going to perform the best. And then in the next step, another 5 ads with that winning ad as its main focus. So creating more ads similar to the one that was the most successful in the previous test. Now, as far as Shopify ads go, and Etsy ads or Facebook ads, there are free ways to advertise your product. And free advertising is going to come from creating Pinterest pins or Facebook posts or TikTok videos, using either like pictures of your products or buying samples, where, then you are spending money on samples, but having your product on hand to show, to wear out in public is great self advertising. I designed this shirt and I wore it to Costco today, and I've had 5 people already on my website since I've been home, and one person already bought the shirt just because I wore it to go run errands today. So you are your own best self advertisement. Walk around, word of mouth. People get to know you and they feel comfortable, connecting the face to the brand. So there are free ways to advertise, but there also are paid ways to advertise. And a lot of, I would say, like, print on demand gurus, they are paying to play, and they are paying a lot of money, to where they are able to generate $50,000 a month in sales from their shop. 100, 200, a million, several $1 million a month in sales, because they are focusing on putting that money that they are making from sales and pushing it back out into paid ads. That's how you make a lot of money. It definitely takes a lot to get to that point, and I would not suggest a beginner to spend $20,000 on paid ads unless you are hiring a professional and you can absolutely be guaranteed a certain amount of return on that ad spend investment, because that's a lot of money and it's a lot of hard work. And you want to make sure, if you're trusting a ad professional, that they are providing you with results. So as far as Shopify goes and advertising on Shopify, there are apps that you can basically integrate to your Shopify store. There's 3 different main advertising apps that I'm going to kind of read through here and talk to you a little bit more about. So the first one is called Automizely Trafficking Ads. So this is a Shopify app. It allows you to do ad exchange, as well as it's going to help you boost sales. And then it also is an app for marketing and advertising. It allows for easy display, and it allows you to also join a network of Shopify partner stores for free. And then you're able to display your ads on their stores. And then it's also giving you those performance analytics, such as impressions, clicks, and your click-through rate, which is your CTR, which is, how many people are seeing your ad, and then how many people are actually clicking that ad to then be directed to your site. That would be your click-through rate. It is a free app to use, so I would definitely recommend getting this app for your Shopify store. Number 2 is AdRoll, Advertiser and Marketing. So this allows you to run ads on Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and Display Network. It's going to create retargeting ads and emails for you. It uses the best practice for your ads. You get data to help your business, and it is free, but there are also paid plans that start at $40 a month, but you're able to try that out for a free 30-day trial period. And number 3 is called Clever. This is again an app on Shopify. This is going to focus on your Google ads and Google shopping. So I would definitely recommend getting this app. It is free, and there's also a paid plan of about $30 a month. But Google is a huge search platform. So if you're not willing to create social media platforms for your brand, for your products, for your shop, I would definitely recommend using a Shopify app that's going to basically do the advertising for you. And if you can try one out for free, like the Automizely trafficking ads, I would definitely recommend trying at least a free one to see, the difference of maybe not having any ads or apps on your Shopify store versus having that assistance and that help. So I would say some ad tips on Shopify. Running ads for a new store can get really expensive really quick, but there are definitely ways and methods that you can get sales for 100% free. And I'm going to share with you some traffic methods and how you can set them up yourself and start making sales. So, method number one is affiliate influencers. So, these are basically maybe friends or people that you see that fit your style, or maybe people that you find on Fiverr. You're going to send out your product for free to these influencers. And you want to make sure that they have sort of a small to like medium sized following on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, anywhere that short form video is really popular. I have found most of my influencers on YouTube. I find that YouTube and TikTok have the most watch time. I've recently started reaching out to TikTok influencers, but I'm focusing on influencers that have 50,000 followers to 10,000 followers. So, again, a small to medium influencer. You're going to also provide them with a link that gets them themselves 20 to 30% commission on every sale that they generate. So, this is giving them an incentive to promote your product because they are getting a portion of that sale. I would also suggest to look for smaller channels that are easier to get in contact with. So, like, don't go and try and contact an influencer that has like several million followers, because most likely on big pages like that, they are not answering messages at all. It can be completely turned off, or they have a manager or some sort of social media person that is answering all of those messages for them. The best way I would suggest to get in contact with a bigger influencer, if you want to, would be to Google their manager or Google their stylist. That is the person that's basically going to be in charge of their clothing and what they wear and maybe special events type stuff to, if they're doing any sort of promotion, you want to be in touch with that manager and maybe not just the influencer themselves. Also, you can use the app Go Affiliate Pro to manage the program. It's going to help you generate consistent sales without spending any money on ads. Having affiliates is literally the best way to promote your products because everyone's happy. No one feels like they're getting taken advantage of or doing work for you when they themselves are getting a little bit of the pie in return, And number two, I would suggest posting content on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Now, for it to go viral, there are definitely tips and tricks and algorithm things that you can follow, but strictly finding your niche, your needs or problems that need solving within that niche, and then marketing your products towards those issues, that's going to help you find your audience and that's going to help create virality for your shop. As far as TikTok and Instagram, I would definitely recommend taking advantage of trends and then applying them to your product in a specific way. Now, up until 1,000 followers on TikTok, you cannot have any sort of like link in your bio. But if you do not have a business account, you are able to use trending sounds and utilize CapCut templates. So if you go on TikTok and you see one person use a template and then you scroll a little bit more and you see the same person use a template, I would use that template. Go through same thing, scroll through TikTok, listen to the audio. If you're hearing audio repeat and repeat and repeat, you need to also be using that audio. That is considered trending audio, trending video or templates and stuff like that. Make sure also I would research on YouTube and TikTok. If you go to the search bar, you can see what is trending, or maybe keywords if you want to type in keywords that you yourself would use to describe your products, and see what also is popular and use some of those hashtags in your posts. So create content that relates to your product. I would also recommend, doing something that's going to fit your vibe. Like TikTok started out as a dancing app kind of thing. And now it's transitioned into, there's TikTok shop and there's live videos and there's all of these influencers and people in media that have basically made a huge platform for themselves by creating content customized to their brand and their aesthetic. And I encourage you to do the same. If you don't like dancing, don't dance. I don't. And number 3 would be organic search traffic on Google. So when people look up your brand and try to find your product, you want to make sure that you are using a unique brand name that doesn't have a lot of competition. I would suggest, and anytime I've named my brands, I try to stick to, personally, I like to include Rebel or Rebel Mama within my shop names, just because that's my brand and it just has a special place in my heart. So that's my choice. But for you, you might want to design or create a name for your product and your shop that relates to what you're selling, or maybe a inside joke about, how your brand came to be. Do your research, copyright, trademark checks, all of that stuff. Make sure someone isn't already using your name that you want to use. I would also use an SEO optimizer. I use Yoast SEO. I actually use it on my blog. And then I use a few other keyword kind of trackers, specifically for my Etsy shop, that help me come up with that SEO and ultimately are helping me rank on Google. You basically are trying to get as many people as possible to post your product, to create backlinks and increase your brand's trust in the eyes of Google. So the more you are posting and the more you encourage your audience to share the post, to save the post, to pin the post, to whatever your posts, that creates backlinks, and that basically signifies to Google that your brand and your products are legit and Google can trust you, and they are more willing to push your products and push your store out with all of those backlinks that you are building and that you have built. Combining that backlink buildup with creating viral content and reaching out and building a brand of affiliates, those are like the 3 powerhouse things that are really going to help organically and almost for free build up your traffic and ultimately make you a poop ton of sales. So yes, let's touch on Etsy marketing practices. So, if you are familiar with Etsy at all, you might be aware that Etsy has a ad program. I personally don't like using Etsy ads just because I feel like, as far as Etsy goes, they already have such a high percentage that they are receiving from my profit, that I feel like turning Etsy ads on, I would have to increase my prices and it would just, I think, negatively affect my shop. So I don't use Etsy ads, but do your research and you can make that decision. But like with anything, there are pros and cons. It's great for getting traffic because Etsy is making money off of those ads. So shops with Etsy ads turned on are going to be pushed out, pushed towards the top, promoted more because Etsy is getting a kickback from those sales. It never goes away. You cannot turn on Etsy ads for a product, make some sales, and then turn Etsy ads off for that product. It is like linked to that product. They will never go away. Once you turn them on, you can never turn them off for specific products. And I think it's just another high fee that Etsy adds, but it is totally up to you. Do your research. That's my piece on it. What I do instead of Etsy ads is I push out 3 24-hour sales each week. So 3 days out of the week, I am having a 24-hour sale in my shop. Etsy is going to push out and kind of push up and show your shop more when you are having a sale. And why I recommend only doing them for 24 hours is because it's kind of like turning those ads on. Etsy sees that your sale is so short, so they're going to push your products out more. Now, when you are set on a listing schedule and you are listing, let's say, one product a day or 10 products a day on Etsy, and you're having 3 sales a week, you're able to not only promote those new listings, but Etsy's going to push your shop up even more because not only do you have a sale going on, but you also are listing new items every day. So that is kind of my cheat code for not having Etsy ads, but promoting my shop in my own way that I have had a lot of success with. And another kind of secret tip, is copy posting listings. So it's creating multiple listings with variations of the same product. In turn, you're just able to utilize more keywords and more product tags to really broaden out your search for your ideal audience and your customers. What I mean would be like creating a listing for this shirt in neutral, having pictures, having the variations that pop up, all the other colors, and that's one listing. But then copying your listing again and creating the same listing, but using a different color shirt for the same design. Does that make sense? So if you have 5 listings, it's all the same shirt, but the difference between the listings is that they are all different colors. And then with those 5 listings, you're able to give them each different titles, different tags, different keywords, different images. So from one product, you've just created 5 more products, to where listing one product a day might seem daunting. But if you are then in turn making a copy or multiples of that one listing, it's much easier to list more than one item a day on Etsy when you are copy posting listings. Lastly, I would recommend sending out shop emails, especially on Etsy. Anytime someone favorites an item or adds an item to their cart and leaves it there, or anytime someone purchases something from you, you are able to send these customers or potential customers emails with either coupons or discount codes or some type of incentive for them to buy from you or buy again. So you are able to do this directly on Etsy by setting up some of those promotional emails. Next, as far as advertising goes, I love using Pinterest. Pinterest is great for creating traffic and it's great for creating organic traffic. Compared to Google, Pinterest and YouTube are like tied for people that look up research, people that go and, want to see what something looks like or maybe get an idea for something. I know me personally, when I'm looking for like outfit inspiration or design inspiration or decoration for holidays, I go on Pinterest because I know I'm going to find inspiration on Pinterest. I've also been using Pinterest pretty much since it came out. So it's grown and evolved into something so much more, especially for creators and shops, to where it's such a essential tool because it's free and it just gets such high traffic. So with regular static pins, you are able to create visual and searchable images that will link directly to your product or your shop. With a pin, you are able to have an image of your product, and then in your pin title, all searchable keywords. In your pin description, you can put your shop name, again, a bunch of searchable keywords, and then when you create your pin, you're able to link that image to a shop or a product or maybe a post, whatever. But you can do that directly with Pinterest pins. There is a way for you to create batch pins, and that works best for me, especially when I'm creating like mini ads for my products. So let's say I have 5 Pinterest pins. Um, it's each advertising the same product, but each pin is going to have different colors, different text, maybe a different like hook on that pin. So, yes, I am advertising the same product, but visually I've created 5 different pins. And then with those pins, I'm able to then swap them out just by changing the product image to where my 5 images has now become 10 images, 10 product pins for 2 different products. Along with this training, I'm going to be attaching on day 5 my Pinterest for Business ebook for free. So I hope you can walk through that and get a little bit better understanding of how you can utilize Pinterest for your business and for your products. Now, idea pins are like mini videos of your products. And I'm going to go through some examples at the end of this video in a few minutes, but product videos are essentially going to be either showing off your product or maybe having your product in the background as like a focal point, or some sort of short form 7 seconds or less video where it is a trendy music and you're wearing your product or showing your product somehow in this video. Now, as far as idea pins go, they don't have to necessarily be videos. They can be like static images, just like kind of placed in a carousel or a slideshow. But if you're going to be doing that, I would suggest creating pins and a collection of images, all with text on them, highlighting your favorite product detail or the name of the collection or your design inspo or some behind the scenes stuff or maybe coming soon. And then the last image I always like to throw up is either like my logo or my own face with like, hi, I'm Sara, la di da, this is who I am, this is what I do. Follow me on Pinterest, follow me on my other socials. But after and besides Pinterest, there are so many different social media platforms, and even more than just these that I've listed here. And I truly believe that social media is absolutely the best way for you to market your products, and it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay to use Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Twitter or, YouTube. You do have to pay for a blog, but blogs, I would say, depending on your audience and your shop in general, a blog could be an essential part of building up your audience and building that rapport within your niche. So Facebook is great for posting reels with trending music, as well as sharing posts with your links in the comments. Instagram, you're able to share products with clickable links right in your story. TikTok is absolutely amazing for showing off your products. And again, it's free. And I would say, as far as social media platforms go, it is the largest and most popular organic traffic source on social media and among social media platforms. So if you don't have a TikTok for your shop, you need to get one today. Twitter, again, sharing your design inspo, process, or top tips. I would definitely say Twitter is more like behind the scene. This is where you are like really connecting with your audience, or your audience is getting to know you behind the brand, behind the scenes. A blog, again, definitely depends on what kind of a shop you're trying to run, but you can write a post about gift ideas or outfit ideas and then include your products within those posts. And then on YouTube, just like TikTok, creating shorts with trending music and then maybe dancing in your products or showing off your products, or focusing solely on your products with trending music in a short form, 7 seconds or less video. So, social media, if you don't have all of those for your shop, sign up for all of them right away, right now. Make sure when you create all of these social media platforms for your shop, you are using the same name for all of them across the board. This is going to help you better be found by your audience, as well as, not create any confusion when it comes to, finding you on social media, or be able to connect you with your shop and then social media. You want to use the same name all around. And lastly, I'm going to touch on UGC. Now, if you're not familiar with what UGC is, UGC stands for User Generated Content. So this means any form of video or picture that is created by an influencer or creator or even you is meant to advertise and show off the products in the form of content creation. So you have a product, and then you have a product video, and in your video is a detail about the product or outfit inspiration or a design detail, or somehow connecting to your audience in that form of showing off your product in a video, um, and through content creation. So, for example, if I was to create a video for my t shirt, I was inspired by the Costco hot dog combos that they have. My husband works there, and their hot dog combos forever have been $1.50. You get a hot dog like this big, and you get a soda for $1.50. That's it. And for me, creating videos, I've stood in front of the Costco, I've gone inside the Costco and have a hot dog. I've basically created advertisements showing off that, hey, look at me, I go to Costco and I think this is hilarious and I love their hot dogs, and I am trying to connect with my audience and touch on something that is humorous to me and, make a little connection with other Costco shoppers. There are definitely other ways that you can create user generated content, and I'm going to show you some examples next. So essentially, UGC or user generated content is content, whether that be pictures or videos, created for the consumer by the consumer. And that's what is so special about UGC, is the fact that you are more likely to be influenced to buy something when you know that the person you are watching this video create this video is actually using the product, enjoys the product, likes the product, and isn't just a hired actor being paid to promote the product. So when you are creating UGC or hiring someone to create UGC for you, you want to describe the products like you would tell your friend. Honest and personalized stories and details will sell your products. Ultimately, people are looking for connection. If you can convey emotion and get your audience to feel that emotion with you, you will make a sale, because that's just a great selling point, is connecting through emotion and emotional buying. Connect with your audience, solve their problems with your products. Now I'm going to show you some examples of UGC. The towel basin mug might be my favorite thing ever. From the size to the handle to the silicone straw, I'm so in love with this cup. I'll be drinking water all day long. So example number 1, you're going to show the product in use. You're going to give quick details about what the product is, who the product is for, and why you love the product. Again, simple UGC is consumer-made content for other consumers. Acne Dote is my life-saving cleanser. I love using this in my day-to-day skincare routine. It leaves my skin feeling fresh and cleansed and exfoliated. Maybe now that I'm 30, my skin's getting a little bit drier, but with the willow bark extract in here, it helps with my acne inflammation. It greatly improves the hydration and moisture on my skin. I love this cleanser. Now, again, example number 2, you're going to show how the product is used, list product qualities, share why you love it, share how it helps your problem. Consumer-made content for the consumer. Example number 3 is a model or yourself wearing the product paired with a trending sound or song. Example number 4, you're going to incorporate the product into a video where the product isn't the main focus. Show the product being used, worn, but it's not mentioned, it's just featured in the video. And example number 5 is contacting those creators and influencers to create the UGC content for you. So this is going to be their own spin on how they enjoy your product, how they use your product. This is made by different creators for your products. Lastly, you want to make sure when you are reaching out to brands or trying to get influencers to help you create UGC, you want to research brands you follow and are inspired by. Follow creators or influencers that are in your niche, that have to do with your audience type, people you are inspired by, that you feel like being in business with them would only help your brand. Reach out to artists, content creators, their managers, their stylists to collab with and send them free products. Now, if you are doing an affiliate program, there are apps and websites that you can utilize that will allow you to send them links to those products without having to send them any physical products. But again, I would only strengthen the relationship by sending them free merch. And then, that in turn is going to only help you in promoting your products or your shop when you can send them free merch and gifted merch to then promote as an affiliate.